What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Rope Monster coming at you here from beautiful sunny Belize City. I just wanted to do a super laid back vlog style video. I'm out on some basic missions like finding an ATM to pull some cash out and also get some lunch, but I wanted to kind of dispel some rumors and just bring you my first impressions of Belize. This is my first time here, and so right out the gate I want to tell you that I arrived by bus from Playa del Carmen. I did a separate video on that. I'll link that in the description below, posing the question, is it really the easiest and cheapest visa run for those of you living in Mexico needing to come or leave the country every 6 months? But today I just wanted to start off by saying the first two things that I heard about Belize constantly before coming here were that this place is full of scammers and that it's not cheap. And so far, guys, I want to say first about the scammers. I arrived at the bus station in the pouring rain, and I kept a cool head. I stayed calm, but I had no Belizean dollars with me. All I had was Mexican pesos. So my first mission before I could get a taxi to my hotel was to get some Belize dollars. And so if you keep a cool head and ask around, you'll find that the shop owners there at the bus station will change money for you. I changed out 600 pesos just to get enough for the taxi ride. And then so I asked the taxista how much it would be to my hotel, and he said $10, and I said 10 Belizean, and he said yeah. And that works out to be $5 US, guys. The current exchange rate is 2 to 1 on the US dollar. And so $5 to get across town in the pouring rain in a minivan wasn't too bad, I thought. And the guy didn't change the price on me mid-trip. He didn't try to scam me upon the time. He didn't try to overcharge me. But I'm also going to bring you guys some tips on how to kind of blend in and not get scammed. Number one is a lot of local people here don't wear shorts, and they certainly don't walk around in tank tops. And you may notice I'm not wearing my Osprey bag and my backwards hat. A lot of people don't dress like that here. It's just jeans and a t-shirt and no touristy looking bags or accessories, and you'll probably get messed with a lot less. You'll get a lot less attention. Clearly I'm not a local. I don't blend in that much. You know, I'm tall, light eyes, light hair, light skin, and that's typically not what people look like here. So guys, I have found when I checked into my hotel, when I got my taxi, when I got off the bus, the whole scamming situation actually wasn't that severe. So that's number one thing to get out of the way. Now that's not to say that if you go out to K Calker and some of these other touristy spots that people won't try to price gouge you and scam you, but that's on you. You need to be ready to haggle a little bit, not heckle, don't do that. But you know, don't just accept the first price they offer. But if you're used to Fifth Avenue in Playa del Carmen and other touristy spots in Mexico, I would say so far Belize City has been pretty laid back. One thing that has surprised me though, and I'll circle back to the cost thing here, but one thing that has surprised me is the condition of a lot of the buildings. Is pretty run down, the houses, and we get severe weather here, or they get severe weather here, I should say. So that's to be expected. But the bus ride across the Belizean countryside, there was a lot of rundown and even damaged, collapsed buildings. But guys, I want to circle back to the cost in just a minute. If you appreciate me bringing you this laid back vlog with as much info as I can, just smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. And let's talk about the costs here so far that I've accrued. So guys, if you watched the last video about my bus ride down here, you know that I went all day without eating. So the first thing I had to do after getting checked into my hotel was get some food. And once again, people said, man, Belize is so expensive. And if you go to like the main fancy restaurants near all the casinos, expect to pay maybe $15 or $20 Belizean. So maybe $8 to $10 for a meal, and up from there. You can pay as much as $40 Belizean for an Indian food or a nice meal, which is 20 US. But you don't have to eat at those places. So I found a pupusa spot. Yeah, what's up, man? U.S., but I live in Mexico.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Belize, you know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
I hope you
I appreciate you. The people have been super friendly so far.
Yes, man. I hope that you continue to enjoy your little vacation.
Thanks, my friend.
Okay?
I'm loving it so far, man. You got a beautiful country here.
Yes, man. Thanks.
Thanks, brother.
You take good care, right?
You as well. So guys, wow, the people have been very friendly. Not only have I not been getting harassed or scammed or robbed or anything like that, I'm walking around with a camera, talking to you all, and that guy literally just stopped to say, hey, enjoy your trip. So pretty cool. But yeah, I found a pupuseria. I'll put up on Google Maps where that is. For those of you who don't know, pupusas are traditional food from El Salvador. And the lady, sure enough, was from El Salvador. She knew what she was doing. And I told her I had not eaten all day. And so she cooked me up a pupusa right away for $2.5 Belizean dollars just to get something in my belly. Hey, what's up, man? And then I said, I want a typical plate of Belizean food. Please, please, please. I'm ready for it. I need it. And she's like, well, that would be rice, beans, and chicken, and maybe a little side salad. And so she cooked me up this massive plate of food. I haven't seen a plate of food that big since maybe one of my Thanksgivings back in the US in front of me. It's been a long time since I've eaten that much and seen that much on my plate. And guys, the cost for everything was $12.5 Belizean dollars, just about $6 US, or about 120 Mexican pesos. So is it really that expensive? I say so far no. I am doing an entire separate video on my hotel and lodging, but spoiler alert, the lodging is a little expensive in Belize compared to places in Mexico. I paid $297 US for 4 nights, but it is at a place with a pool, a gym, an ocean view room. And so, guys, I am getting some attention with the camera, being a over 6 foot tall, white, blonde YouTuber, but it's all been positive. It's all been deuces. It's all been waving and smiling. So anyway, guys, those 2 things I wanted to get out of the way. Is it egregiously expensive? No. Is everyone swarming me and trying to scam me? Absolutely not. If you're coming to Belize, rest assured on both of those things that you have choices to make. Treat people with respect, be kind, smile, don't dress like a tourist, and then also don't overpay for your meals. You can find options that are local. These local people aren't paying 40 Belizean dollars for a nice meal, trust me on that. So guys, I'm on mission number 1. I'm trying to find an ATM, and I think I'm gonna hit Atlantic Bank. I've heard from other travelers and also ChatGPT that Atlantic Bank is the one with the lowest fees, and I'm gonna find out if that's true. I don't know what that line is for there, but I think they sell food. Yeah, it looks like everyone's getting food right there. So I might have to circle back and see what they're selling right there. Stick around for that. But first things first, I gotta get cash. I'm down to my last 10 Belizean dollars, so I got like $5 on me, or maybe I have 20. Let me see. Oh yeah, I got 20. So I got 10 US dollars basically. Can't be walking around with 10 bucks. It's good food? Good food. All right, man, thank you. So this guy just confirmed it. He said that's the spot. That's the spot for food. I wasn't wrong. Anytime I see a line of 10 local people or more outside of a food place, I gotta hit that up. That's gonna be my next stop after the ATM, guys. I'm gonna let you know about the ATM fees, and if there's any surprises or anything regarding the ATM, I gotta keep you guys all in the loop. Let's do this. One little tip is always watch your step. I mean, whether you're in Mexico or the Caribbean or anywhere, you're not paying attention, you step in one of those, it's gonna ruin your trip. One of my first impressions about this place is it reminds me a lot of my time back in St. Lucia when I was a young kid. I went to St. Lucia for I think it was my first or second international solo trip as just a young kid. If I can find any photos of that, I'll throw it up on the screen. I had long hair, always rocked the bandana, and the people treated me really well in St. Lucia as well. Just got to keep those good vibes going, and you get what you give. Hey brother, I just did give one lady basically my last dollar coin. She was asking for help, so people take note of that when you're not just here to take, and you're actually trying to bring good vibes. I did finally make it to the Atlantic Bank here, so I'm gonna go in and check out the ATM. Also guys, I would suggest though, just the basic standard safety protocol in a foreign country, always pull your cash out early in the day, get back to your hotel. If they have a safe, stash it in the safe. Don't be going out and getting cash right before you go to the club at 10 or 11 p.m. or something. That's just nonsense. Don't do that. All right guys, let's head in this bank and see what's up. Guys, so bad news. Atlantic Bank was a fail for me. It would not read my card. I noticed other people went in there and got cash no problem, and then the girl next to me at the machine I first tried, it wouldn't read her card either. So it's shaping up to be an interesting saga here. I'm gonna try to hit a different bank and see what happens. There's a couple of different ones, but I've heard they have higher fees. Worst case, I could try the ATM at my hotel at the casino, but you know they're gonna have super high fees. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'm pretty sure that restaurant I wanted to try, the local spot, does not take card or Apple Pay. So I might have to hit maybe an Asian spot. I know there's a Chinese food place, someone who takes card, and then keep going and try to get some cash. Yeah, that's a little concerning. So guys, as I'm on my hunt for the next ATM, I just wanted to give you an idea of local fast food. El Paso right here on Freetown Road. I want to give you an idea of the actual prices, what it really costs to eat here. You can get a torta. These are Belizean dollars, guys. Cut all this in half. Any of these prices, cut this in half, and you have the US dollar price. So a pork sandwich is $3, chicken $2.50. You see what I'm saying? So a burrito, chicken burrito, $2.50 US dollars, $5 Belizean dollars. Fried gachos. So you see what I'm saying, guys? It's really actually on the day-to-day expenses, it's not that expensive. I've spent basically no money since I've been here, and that's because I haven't gone into the casino and I've stayed out of the poker room. Also guys, I haven't been drinking at all. Usually when I go to a brand new place, I try to keep my wits about me completely. I haven't even tried the Belican, which is the local beer of Belize. What I'm really interested in right now is getting some food, but I have to find someone who takes Apple Pay so I can actually pay. I'm down to my last 10 US dollars, 20 Belizean dollars. I gotta walk to a different bank called Heritage and see if I can get cash out of there and see how bad the fees are. But it seems like both of the machines at Atlantic Bank just stopped working right in time for me and the poor girl next to me. Everyone else was pulling out cash, no problem. And then when it came for our turn, neither of us could get cash out. So there were 2 ATM machines in the same vestibule right next to each other, and no pin protector to hide your pin when you enter it in. So do be cautious. Use your hand to kind of cover it up when you enter your pin, because there will probably be someone else in there pulling out money, and there's a line of people behind you that typically wait outside. But man, this place right here I want to try, because it's just completely full of people. So I want to see what they have, but I might have to do that later on in this video once I get some cash. Pretty hesitant to spend my last 20, because I know there are situations like if I need a taxi, I'm gonna have to pay cash. So I'm gonna preserve the cash for now. I'm gonna go over here to this Chinese restaurant and see if they take card. And guys, one thing I wanted to talk about, a lot of you ask, hey Rope Monster, how do you eat so much and never get food poisoning? Well, from time to time I do get food poisoning, but the way I deal with it, and this is not medical advice, but this is worth gold, talk to your naturopath or doctor before trying this, but I usually bring iodine, like Lugal's iodine solution with me. If I get salmonella or something serious, I usually put 2 or 3 drops of iodine in water and drink that down, and I do that for 2 or 3 days, and usually that fixes things. And then also I get the liquid probiotics, the little vials, and I take those straight or put them in water and drink that to get the dysbiosis taken care of. And then the third thing I bring with me is activated charcoal to kind of sweep everything up and clear everything out. So that's my protocol, not medical advice whatsoever. There is some risk with iodine. You can overdose. Do be careful, please, and consult your doctor. But iodine has saved me from a lot of bad situations that could have dragged on for a long time. So that's how I deal with trying these new restaurants without too much fear. There's always risk when you're trying a new place. In Belize. In Belize as well, yeah. So guys, I'm just going into this chonsan. It smells like a lot of fried oil, but let me just see if they take card first and foremost. All right, so the nice young man there, good vibes, super good vibes. He told me they do take card, but no Apple Pay. And then he also told me Heritage was a good option to try as far as an ATM. So I'm gonna walk over there. It is a little bit of a walk, maybe 15 minutes, but I can take you guys along with me, do a little POV, first impressions kind of walk through Belize City. The weather's getting nice finally. It's not dumping rain anymore, so I'm happy. And from time to time, guys, I'll just share the walk, turn on the camera, and do a little POV without bringing too much attention to myself. I'm just filming by hand with no stick, keeping the camera close into my body. But really, I'm getting nothing but good vibes from the people here, including some of the locals I met on the bus ride down. Shout out Natasha. Hope your son is feeling better if you're watching this. All right, so I think I got to get back over to Freetown Road. I'm gonna check my map and I'll be right back with you guys. So guys, I've made my way back over to Freetown Road. The weather just keeps getting nicer and nicer. Tempted to get on a boat tomorrow if the weather's good. Go out to one of the cays, one of the islands. Do a little snorkel trip if I can. Sometimes though, when I get to a new city like Belize City, I really enjoy exploring for 2 or 3 whole days, finding the best food, feeling out the vibe. I'm probably not gonna do nightlife this trip, but I've heard the nightlife is great here. There's some clubs, and over at the pupuseria, Miriam was telling me that that people don't come out here till 11 p.m. or midnight sometimes. That's when the nightlife actually starts, is like around midnight. So that sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm kind of on a mission to do some other projects and, you know, just do more daytime activities. Get up early in the morning, enjoy that continental breakfast. It was actually pretty good. But this is the local beer I was talking about earlier, the Belican. But I asked one of the ladies who works at my hotel, she said her favorite was actually Land Shark. I haven't had a Land Shark beer since I lived in like Key West, Florida. I didn't even know it was still around. So maybe before I leave the country, before I get on the bus or the plane, depending on how I leave, I might have to try one of those Belicans, maybe at the airport or the bus station. Hey man, I still haven't been able to pull anything out. I don't have anything, man. The ATM didn't work at Atlantic, so I'm going to Heritage, brother. I'll try to help you out later. All right, man. Yeah, that guy truly looked like he needed a little help. If nothing else, I can give him $1 or $2, but when I'm down to my last $20 bill, let me at least make sure I can get some more for myself first. It's kind of like you want to blow up your own life preserver before you help the person next to you. All right, guys, I am actually on Barrack Road now. I just came off of Freetown Road. And I will say this, I stopped filming for a reason. There was 2 older dudes fighting back there, arguing, and one guy had a flat, like a standard screwdriver in his hand and was threatening the other dude, broad daylight. I walked right by him. They didn't, you know, threaten me or even look at me, but those 2 guys were about to have it out. So just keep your wits about you and pay attention. I was looking at the map on my phone, and then I kind of sensed, I was like, danger, danger. Put my phone and camera away and just kind of walked with a purpose past that situation. So But I think we're almost to Heritage Bank. I'll keep you guys posted on this ATM. I might go back to that Chinese food spot, but honestly, I think I might rather find some more local stuff. They did have a beef burger back there for only like $6 or $6.5 Belizean dollars. So even just a burger right now. I'm working up an appetite on this trip. I'm really getting my appetite back. I had a huge breakfast. I actually went back for seconds. Breakfast at my hotel is from like 7 to I think 10 a.m. and I went twice. So guys, I'll put up on Google Maps Heritage Bank 24-hour ATM. I'll let you know if this works out for me and what the fees are. All right, it's in this nice air-conditioned vestibule here at least. Get a little break from the heat. Guys, so I'm not sure if you can see this. This one does charge a $5 Belizean fee, but that's still just $2.50 US. Small price to pay for getting some cash in hand. I'm trying to pull out 100 Belizean, just 50 US bucks to feed me very well for the next couple of days, and for taxis or anything else like that. I'm not trying to walk around with too much cash. Do be warned though, this is one of those machines that will pull your card all the way in, which is always a little bit scary. Well, that's weird. Okay, it didn't dispense the cash. Hold on, mission not accomplished yet. All right guys, rough situation actually. I just tried Heritage Bank and I tried it twice and it says this transaction has not been authorized. I did put a notice with my bank to let them know I was going to be in Belize. So I know it's not an issue with my bank. So I'm 0 for 2 on ATMs. I'm gonna go try Belize Bank, and I got yet another 9-minute walk in the heat of the day. Simple task, right? Get some cash out, get lunch. Well, you've been warned guys, when you come to Belize, just bring cash. I did not have time in the rainstorm to get ready. This was a last-minute trip, and I didn't have time to get cash out in Playa, and now I'm paying for it. So I do have a debit card, actually 2, and I have Apple Pay, but I'm down to my last 10 US dollars guys, and a lot of these places take cash only, so this could be a rough few days. Let's go see if Belize Bank will function with my ATM with my debit card. Let's go find out. So I guess that's another major tip, is just bring cash. Don't rely on these banks here. And that should go without saying, but you'll read on ChatGPT and stuff, oh, you can use Atlantic Bank, or like Belize Bank works well, but there's there's high fees. So far I haven't been able to get cash out at any fee. The fee back there was $5 Belizean dollars, only $2.50. I would happily pay $2.50 US dollars to pull some cash out, no doubt about it. I would pay double that, I don't care. I just need some cash and some lunch. I'm hungry. So guys, I gotta make a side quest and find out what these rude boys are. Someone at my hotel said they were their favorite beer, but it's not really a beer. I just gotta find out. I see this sign all over town. Rude boy, #1 drink, hashtag drink rude. She seems to be enjoying it. Let me see. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? So I just wanted to see what the rude boy is. I've never heard of it. I just came from Mexico.
Do you see the 4-door fridge there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first door.
The first one on that side? Okay, thank you. I'll check it out. Thanks. Now, I'm not going to start drinking any of these. I just wanted to show you guys there's some beers here. They got a Belican Stout that looks pretty good. Land Shark, Red Stripe I haven't had in ages. I kind of miss those Caribbean beers all the way back from the St. Lucia days. Let's see what this rude boy is. Rude boy. Okay. Premium vodka drink with horny goat weed. No way. Damn, 7% ABV. Okay guys, I'm for sure trying this, just not till I get some cash out. The fact that it has horny goat weed in there. Oh damn, this one. Oh, check this out. Guys, this one is 12% ABV. It's got horny goat weed, caffeine, taurine, and ginseng. Okay, and then apparently there's a stout. My mind is blown, guys. 7.5% ABV, strong stout, rude boy stout. with horny goatweed ginseng. All right, I'm for sure trying that. No doubt about it. Something different. All right, I'm gonna try that in a little bit. I just gotta go to the ATM, man. Thank you. Do you take Apple Pay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back. Thanks, man. And they take Apple Pay. Yay, guys! Horny goatweed is one of my favorite, one of my favorite herbs. Look it up if you haven't. Definitely, I don't know about mixing alcohol, ginseng, caffeine, and horny goatweed, but you only live once. Make it count. All right, I got about a 5-minute walk. It looks like I have to cross the river. Here's where the police precinct is if you need any help from them. So far, guys, I haven't had any second looks. The police haven't even looked at me, which is a good sign. There's places even in Mexico, like on the way to Bacalar, there's a little town, if you don't take the bypass, where you can easily get extorted there. And so far as the police situation here in Belize, I felt really, really good. I mean, don't walk around and act a fool. Of course, don't be loud and draw attention. What's up, guys? But you do not get, or at least I haven't had any extra attention from the police, which feels good. All right, guys, we got to cross the bridge and then we should be over there at Belize Bank. All right, guys, crossing the lagoon or the river here. One thing I want to say is I haven't noticed, I thought the mosquitoes would be really bad because of all this water, but I haven't gotten a single mosquito bite since I've been here. Damn, triple 250s on that guy, woo! Ooh, trip 225s, trip 250s. That one had to one-up it. Oh man, yeah, they got some fast boats here. Twin 225s on this guy on the Sprinter. Yeah, this would be fun to get out there. One thing I'm sure of is that I'm gonna have to come back and spend more time in Belize. This place is a vibe. It's just so different from Mexico. It's so different. It's crazy. You cross the border from Chetumal and you're in a different world, which is dope. I love that. All right, so I see another, okay, there's Belize Bank right there. Let's go try that. See if we can get some cash out finally right here at Belize Bank. If not, I might go try that other Heritage. Tenacious ropey needs some cash. All right, guys, I'll let you know how this goes over here. I've put in some steps on this basic task. Mule Park. This got to be the smallest park I've ever seen. Okay, guys, I've never seen anything like this. This is bizarre. I just saw 2 people come out of this door, which is where the ATM is. This is the ATM vestibule. But you have to scan, you have to swipe some kind of card to get in there. And I can see the ATM. I can see the ATM right there, but I can't get in. I don't understand. This is turning out to be a long mission. All right, well, good news and bad news. A really nice couple actually let me in. They had the bank card. You have to have the Belize Bank card to get in there. Bad news is I put my card in twice and it says your transaction has been canceled at your request. I put in my PIN and it didn't even give me options to pull out cash. It just spit my card right back out. So you've been warned, guys. Bring cash. I'm running out of banks to try. You know what I might do is I'll just head back to my hotel. I'm for sure betting, pun intended, because it's a casino, betting on that machine accepting foreign cards. So I'm gonna go hit that up. I'll keep you posted, and then maybe I'll get one of those rude boys. I wasn't really gonna drink at all, but man, a beer with horny goatweed and ginseng might actually be healthy, so it would be irresponsible not to. Let's go try the ATM at my hotel real quick, guys. Wish me luck. Once again, guys, with all this standing water everywhere you look, I have not yet been accosted by mosquitoes. I'm almost back to my hotel, so we're about to find out about the ATM over there. But guys, I would say that's number one takeaway from this video. Bring cash. Definitely bring cash. There's always redundancies, there's always workarounds, but you don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours walking around looking for a way to pull out cash. Yeah, look at all this standing water. I feel like if this was in Playa, it would be just full of mosquitoes any time of day. That's one thing I've been pleasantly surprised about. The other thing is the cost of food and meals has been really cheap actually compared to what people have told me. And then the other thing, aside from seeing those two men kind of getting into it and one of them had a screwdriver, seemed like a long time dispute they had. Aside from that, I felt completely safe and welcome here. I think people are more curious than anything and intrigued when they see me filming. They're like, hey, look, there's a YouTuber. How cool is that? Now, they do say this part of Belize City is very safe. That's what Natasha, my friend, local friend on the bus, told me. But those are some of my key takeaways now. But I'm going to go try this ATM and hope for the best. And hopefully then find some good food to eat and pay cash for it. Oh man, that Beamer's seen better days. Chris Hyder, if you're watching this, I think that's about your vintage. That's what they... Yours looks a lot better than that, man. Good job keeping it up. Chris got a dope, I think it's an 02, right? But yeah, that one has seen better days. Guys, it's funny, as funny as this may sound, the hardest adjustment for me in Belize hasn't been the exchange rate. That one's really easy, 2 to 1. It hasn't been the cultural stuff. I've spent time in the Caribbean before, in Caribbean, places like St. Lucia, Barbados. The hardest thing has been that they speak English here. I find myself still speaking Spanish in the start of the conversations. It's been a while since I've spent any substantial amount of time in an English-speaking country, but I think for a lot of you watching this, that will be a relief. Hey, I want to live in a climate like that. I want to live somewhere more affordable than the US or Canada or Northern Europe, but I don't speak Spanish. Well, if that's the situation for you, then Belize actually might be something to consider. I don't know much about the immigration process to get here, but I'm sure it can be done. I would have to explore a lot more of the country. It is a fairly small country, but there's a lot of rich history here, ruins, some great dive sites, snorkeling, a lot to be seen here. So I will be back, and I will be spending a few more days here in Belize, no doubt. But I just thought I'd mention that they speak English. There's a little bit of a French patois sound, kind of like in Jamaica or St. Lucia or Barbados. But at the end of the day, if you're not trying to learn Spanish, or you've tried and you simply can't, then Belize might be an option. For me, it's actually been a hard adjustment because my Spanish is pretty solid. But I just thought I would mention that. Would not be a complete video if I didn't mention that. There's my hotel right there, that behemoth. So you can see I've put in some steps on this mission and come up empty. No food, no cash. But hopefully I've dropped some knowledge bombs and insight, and if nothing else, given you just a POV idea of what it's like for a gringo walking around with the camera out through all sorts of different neighborhoods here in Belize City. No pasa nada. Everything seems chill and tranquil for the most part. Alright guys, I've made it back to the hotel/casino. Let's see if we can get some cash. Alright guys, I wonder if this ATM has any idea that it's my only hope, my last hope. Oh no, look at this. It's a Heritage and it's out of service. Okay guys, I'm gonna say this again. Bring cash, bring cash, bring cash. I'm not really quite sure what I'm gonna do at this point. Oh my god, hey, subscriber in Belize. Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. I'm struggling to get cash right now. This one's out of service and the other three. How long you been down for?
Ashley, it's Ashley.
Oh my god, we got Ashley Longford in the house. Okay, I actually got to meet you. Hold up guys. All right, guys, good news and bad news. Bad news, the cash situation has not yet been resolved. Good news, I got to finally meet longtime subscriber Ashley Longford here in Belize. She's been asking me to come to Belize for quite some time in the comments. Here I am, and I got the pleasure of meeting her. And the best part is we sat down and she gave me the inside scoop on some of the best ceviches restaurants. She's like, look, I know you love ceviche, Ropey. So I'm gonna tell you right now, go to Lucca's and try the conch ceviche. It is conch season. So guys, I'm heading there right now. I'll put up on Google Maps where we are. Just walking in right now. I can already tell I'm gonna like this place, right on the water, and I am starving. So we fail at one mission, getting cash, we'll survive it. Got debit cards, got Apple Pay, got 20 Belizean for a taxi ride that should get me relatively close to anywhere I need to go. And I got my Chevrolets and my Subarus and my Toyotas as well. All right, enough puns with that. Without further ado, guys, let's try this ceviche here at Lucca Restaurant and Bar, right on the water. Oh wow, could this be real? Look at this. Lighthouse bucket and ceviche. So a bucket of beers and a ceviche, yeah, I guess it's like 30 US, so that's like 600 Mexican pesos. But I mean, if the ceviche is good, then that's worth it. Anytime I see a bucket of 6 beers and a ceviche, I get excited. But I think I'm just gonna fill up on ceviche today, guys. I'm starving. All right, guys, here I am. Beautiful setting here at Lucca's. Just a vibe right here on the water. Even on a cloudy, rainy day, you can't get me down. I love this. Even though I can't get cash, you can't get me down. I'm loving life. I do have to keep it real here on the channel, though, and I gotta let you know the prices here are not cheap. This is not a budget traveler spot, guys. I got the conch ceviche. Now, keep in mind, divide these prices in two, and you've got US dollars. So a large conch ceviche, 56 Belizean dollars, or about 28 US dollars, and it goes up from there. If you want, say, the seafood ceviche, it's 90 Belizean or 45 US. Ashley Longford did tell me that salpicon pork and arrachera, I've never heard of that as a ceviche. She said that was really good. And that one's only about 24.5 US dollars only. So in Mexican pesos, we're talking about almost 600 pesos for this ceviche. Let's see if it's worth it, guys. It should be big. It should be juicy. It's supposed to be really lime forward. Ashley was explaining to me it's not to not expect a Peruvian or Mexican style ceviche. Belize has its own style, and I believe it. Guys, as I wait for my food, I'll share with you some of the other prices. Grilled salmon, 55. Grilled butter octopus, and these are just 8-ounce portions. Lobster tails, 78. So once again, guys, divide these prices in two, and you've got US dollars. You want a steak here, it's gonna run you 68. 12-ounce filet mignon, 68. So over 30 US dollars for a steak. So is it more expensive than Playa del Carmen? Is it more expensive than Mexico? Yes. Still probably quite a bit cheaper than the US or Canada, but you have been warned. Now you know. So even like chicken tenders, things like that, $26 or about 13 US. So the vibe that I'm getting here is this is where you come to treat yourself. All right, here we go. Ceviche has arrived. Ooh, that's a mountain. Ooh, es un montón. Thank you. All right, guys, so this ceviche actually is massive. Check this out. All right, guys, let's just say this might be $28 very well spent. Look at this ceviche right here. There's my hand right there. And that is a deep, deep bowl. I get this massive bowl of chips right here. And this sauce actually looks really good. I asked them if they have a house-made sauce. She said no, but this one's really good. It actually has carrots, red habanero, vinegar, onion, salt, lime, and garlic. There's no bad ingredients in there. There's no sodium benzoate or xanthan gum. And then they did chop me up a bunch of fresh habaneros. So I'm a happy guy, and I haven't even taken a bite yet. Let's get that first bite magic prepared here. I'm going to try one bite with no salsa. Look at that. Mouth is watering. It's out of control. Oh, man. Oh, that's got to be one of the best ceviches I've ever had in my life. Thank you, Ashley, for this suggestion. Ashley and Longford, big shout out. Big rope monster hug. And even the sun is poking out a little bit. And look at that, we even got a rainbow. That's how you know it's a good ceviche, when you take a bite and the rainbow comes out. So I had to share with you guys the beer prices. $9, $10 is kind of the going rate. The Belican, though, is only $6, so $3 US for the Belican. Not too bad. Pitchers, like a Belican pitcher is $15 US, 30 Belizean. If you want like a cocktail or something, it's pretty expensive. I'm talking $8 for a Cuervo. 15 bucks for a cup of Hennessy. So I think I'm doing it right. Just getting the ceviche and avoiding alcohol so far on this trip. Definitely keeps the cost down when you're not drinking. Ask me how I know. All right, guys. So since all the families cook at home and Sunday's a family day here in Belize, I've got my ceviche for tomorrow right there. So basically, for $28 US, you really actually get 2 meals. 2 people could easily share that and be more than happy. I am very happy. All right, guys, let's go see about this supermarket, and hopefully there's an ATM inside. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to buy some staples and get by. Wow, guys, fantastic dining experience. Not cheap, but I wanted to say, when I was standing there waiting to pay, a plate of nachos came out, and good Lord, that was a plate of nachos. They're not messing around over there. The prices might not be real low, but that is a straight up gastro pub. Like, if you want to go treat yourself, you want to go gain a couple of kilos, I'm telling you right now, if you're a bodybuilder or you lift weights and you're coming to Belize City, hit Lucca's. Wow. Like, I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger would probably eat in there. The portions are massive. For me to not be able to finish a large ceviche is rare, but the nachos look next level. That looked like it could have hurt somebody. All right, guys, I actually have a fairly legitimate walk to get to this supermarket. And one thing I'm noticing right now about Belize versus Mexico, when you get caught out in a rainstorm in Mexico, whether it's Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Escondido, Playa del Carmen, it seems like there's always overhangs, or there's always somewhere to hide from the rain. Here, not really so much. I've been getting rained on off and on. That's just yet another observation, is that I take that for granted in Mexico. It starts raining, you just get under the overhang. There's always an overhang. Not here, baby. All right, guys, I found this fruteria and veggie spot right here that is an absolute vibe.
Yeah, they sell everything here, bro.
Yeah, man, it looks good. It looks good, bro. Yeah.
You want to buy land in Belize, I'm the guy.
All right, man, I'll talk to you. Thanks, brother. Okay, so you would have guessed it, though. It's cash only. So, and everybody wants to talk to the guy with the camera. Yeah, but that place is like a vibe. It reminds me of something out of like My Neighbor Totoro or one of those movies. Like, it just had the incandescent bulbs and everything was wood. It had like an old-timey vibe. And more importantly, the fruits looked amazing. Last night I was craving fruit, so I didn't have any, so I just drank extra water. I don't want to be in that situation again. They close at 7. So she did say, I asked the lady in there, she did say that they do have an ATM inside the J&W supermarket where I'm making my way to right now. So fingers crossed, guys. I need fruit. I need some fresh fruit in my life. I can't come to Belize and not eat fruit. So I know they got fruit at the supermarket, but it's not the same. All right, J&W Shopping Center, my last hope. Don't let me down, J-Dubs. Let's go. All right, guys, this store is not what I had hoped for. I mean, they do have a little bit of everything, but yeah, it's, you know, fruit rings, $9.50, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of off-brand generic stuff. And the worst part of it is that I don't see any fresh produce, and the the extra worst part is they don't have an ATM. So I don't know what the lady at the fruteria was talking about, but no ATM here. I've kind of run out of options as far as ATMs. I think I've tried almost every single one. Guys, never in my life has it felt so good to get some cash in my hand. Like I said, I was down to my last basically 10 US dollars. I came to this Belize bank right here in the pouring rain, in the middle of nowhere, and damn, it actually worked. Got a couple hundo. That should get me through just fine, because I do pay card and Apple Pay for almost everything that I can, but taxis, transport, whatever else, you gotta have some cash. That was good. I'll put up on Google Maps where that was, but man, I know you guys love a happy ending. That's a happy ending right there. And now I think I have just enough time to hit that fruteria, fruit shop, and I'm gonna get just a plethora of fruits and go home and edit a couple videos for you guys. Thank you all for coming along on this one. I hope you took away quite a bit from this. First and foremost, bring cash. But secondly, guys, the people here are extremely friendly. I haven't had anyone try to scam me, even just walking out of the ATM right there. Everything's been cool. The prices on some of the restaurants are a little high for sure. Prices on groceries are definitely higher than some places like in Southeast Asia or other places in like Latin America. But overall, guys, Belize City is a vibe. It's a cool place. And it is the jump off point to a lot of adventures. Like if you want to go out to Caye Caulker, go dive the blue hole, the great blue hole, you kind of have to come here to Belize City, and generally people stay at least one night here. So hopefully you found some value, and also maybe some entertainment value watching me struggle. I did not get a chance to try the Rude Boy today, but I promise you guys, before I leave Belize, I'm gonna grab one of those horny goat weed beer, those Rude Boys, and try that and just turn up a little bit to celebrate a good trip to Belize. All right, guys, as you can imagine, I'm getting a little tired right now. I think I've put in about 25,000 steps today, but I found my way back to this fruit place. I'm gonna go inside. My goal is to see how much fruit I can get for about 10 US dollars. All right, guys, back in the lodging. Cheers to a good expedition. All's well that ends well. It took me about 26,200 steps today and about 7 or 8 hours of walking around. But I got some cash in hand. I got some fruit, and this fruit right here, all of this fruit was right at about 5 US dollars. So bananas, mandarins, apples, I would say good, not great. The number one country I've ever been to as far as the best fruit for super cheap was hands down Ecuador. Anyway, guys, just type Belize in the comments if you want to see more Belize videos. I am gassed. Please do smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to set up shop right here and do some editing. See you all in the next one. Rope Monster, out.